Take 3. Hopefully I don't screw this up. I turned on YouTube this morning and I saw a notification from Markiplier saying Mori. So I clicked it and I see him sitting there, Unisana's outfit, alone, talking as if there's someone there. And then I see Ethan's video in the suggesteds, Memento. And that's when it occurred to me, play both videos at the same time. Which I suppose was the point. They wanted that feeling of something being missing, of an essential part of the conversation not being there. So either people would realize and go to Ethan's channel, or Mark's if you went to Ethan's channel first, and then open that video and have that conversation, so you can have that Ouija board experience of having one side of the other, one half of life, one half of death, communicating, or just experience that moment of that moment of cognitive dissonance where someone really important is missing, but at the same time they're there. They're gone, but you remember them, and therefore they're never truly gone. Or something equally pretentious. Which is how I've always found Unus Annus incredibly pretentious, because Mark and Ethan takes it so seriously. They are really sticking to the whole appreciating life and making the best of every day because you realize it is finite philosophy that they claim Unus Annus was all about. But it was jackass for an internet audience. It wasn't high fucking art. And I started thinking, am I the jackass for seeing it like that? And I started contemplating why I see it like that. Then I compared it to their other videos, and I realized it's because it was about them. You see, whenever Mark or Ethan sits there playing a game and reacting to it and looking into the camera, having a conversation with us, even though it's all pre-recorded and they're not talking to anyone specifically, they are including their whole audience in the experience. It is, despite the fact that there isn't a real conversation going on, it's still friends hanging out, having a conversation with one another. It's not about them, it's about us being together with them, or through them, perhaps. Is this what religion is like? Oh, God. Unus Annus, on the other hand, that felt like it was all about them. It felt like private moments between friends that was really only appreciated between them, caught on camera. Like, we weren't really included, it was all about them, is what it felt like to me most of the time. And that just cheapened the whole experience for me. Wake up. Thank you. That cheapened the whole experience for me, because if nothing else, it made me realize that no matter what they intended for people to, no matter how they experienced, how they expected or wanted people to experience Unus Annus, people don't always interpret it the same way, specifically me. And I mean, I have a hard time connecting to normal human beings in any way. I mean, I don't have a diagnosis, I don't have ADHD, I don't have Asperger's. I don't have, there's nothing wrong with me. I am just very socially awkward. And and like I said, I have a very difficult time connecting to other human beings on that, and on that level. I often feel like I am talking at people, not with people. And it makes me sound really arrogant, and I don't want to be like this, but it is the way I am. And these two saying that they are experiencing something meaningful because it is meaningful to them, it just doesn't click with me, simply because I think it was Mark who said it in the video. He said, what did he say? What was it he said? I remember now. He was talking about the moments in between, like they didn't feel meaningful, even though, even though people kept going, no, everything was meaningful. Everything in between was everything was meaningful. Every day was meaningful. And he said that not the moments in between. I'm not entirely sure if he was talking about the moments in between certain special videos or just the moments in between making the videos. Because Ethan talked about that incredible bond that everyone involved with the project had to one another, because they were all so driven. And then Mark comes along and some were really passionate about it, and then some others did it because that it was their job, and that's fine. The point I was going to make was, I don't feel like the experience I get watching them is that every day of that time they were doing Unosanus were special because they knew they were going to quit after a year. They were going to delete everything for a year, even though it's all available on the Internet Archive. I don't know if the live stream is available. I hope it is, though. And that is sort of how I experience life in general. Like, a few meaningful moments in between a lot of not meaningful moments. And as much as I want to appreciate the experience they were trying to provide to make every day worthwhile, I just couldn't feel it. And they were talking about how unique it God damn it. I've been stumbling and stuttering around the main point that I wanted to make. It wasn't until they said one specific thing that it all clicked for me. And that is when Mark said that if you have experienced real meaning, then a lot of other things won't matter after that. Like, if you have felt something for real, if you have done that, and if you have had that experience, then not a lot of other things will matter to you. And that hit home in a big way for me. Because like I said, I don't feel like every day is meaningful. I feel like I wake up and I have a few options of what to do. And most of them, and pretty much all of them, comes down to passing time until I have to go to bed again. Even things that are creatively fulfilling, like making these videos, making my reviews, writing, creating art, all of it feels like I am just passing time for the simple, and it's not going to matter to me a year from now or even a week from now. Like I'm just passing time. And a big part of that, I think, is because I remember having very powerful emotions every day, and all of them were negative. I feel a lot better now, but I don't know, not being miserable all the time feels like I'm losing my identity a little bit. Like, I don't know who I am if I don't feel bad. Because, in a strange way, feeling bad felt more meaningful to me than feeling happy does now. For the simple reason, I have arrived. I don't feel bad upon waking up. I don't... I don't feel as if anything matters because nothing hurts anymore. And that, I think, is what helped me realize the main issue that I take with Unos Annos. The whole idea that this is special to them, it's not special to me. And I want that connection. I don't have it, but I want it. And I think, as much as I mock Unos Annos, as much as I don't think it's nearly as important as they make it out to be, I try recognizing that it's not important to me, but it is important to them, and therefore I should hang on to that. It's really difficult being real without a script to go off of. Anyway, that's just a few thoughts that I had on Memento Mori. Thank you all for watching. I have been Cole Scratches.